On Donald Trump's 100th day in office this week, he celebrated by doing an interview with ABC News. And during that interview, the reporter who was conducting the interview, Terry Moran, decided to talk about Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who Donald Trump insists, of course, is a member of the MS-13 gang. And Trump decided it'd be a smart idea to bring up that famous photo that he shared on social media earlier in the month of April that clearly had the letters MS and the numbers 13 superimposed onto the man's knuckles above his actual tattoos, because it was the administration interpreting the tattoos to stand for these letters and numbers. But it was very obvious, they had written them out with a typewriter or something, a keyboard, and put them over the man's knuckles. But Trump insisted during this interview that no, those are the actual tattoos. The real letters and numbers are in fact on the man's hands. Like, Trump was just showing us a very real picture. He believed it, or at least he insists that he believes it. If you have not seen this exchange of this reporter just calling Trump out to his face, telling him yeah, this is photoshopped, it is absolutely remarkable. It is one of the best interviews I have ever seen of Donald Trump. Not perfect, but really great. So here it is, Donald Trump freaking out when he gets called out for lying. Take a look.
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute over that.
Wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was photoshopped. So let me
That was photoshopped, Terry. You can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you
agree
think it was
to disagree.
Photoshop? Well,
Here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because it's fake news.
When he was photographed in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't there, but they're there now, right?
No,
but
they're in your picture.
Terry.
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
Well, we'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at that,
Why don't
sir.
you just say, yes, he does, and go on to something else?
It's contested.
Yeah, that is photoshopped. Those were supposed to be the interpretations of the symbols on the man's fingers. And Trump's like, I'll show you the picture. And the guy's like, I've seen the picture. I've also seen other pictures of him, including the pictures in the prison. Those letters and numbers aren't there. They're not there on any other pictures. Your administration put them there. Trump's like, no, man, it's clear as day. Look at that. MS-13. Boom. I win. And by the way, I don't even know who you are, and you're getting the break of a lifetime by even getting to talk to me. Like, what an a-hole thing to say when you're backed into the corner. But that's where Trump goes. He's like, listen, I don't have to answer your questions. Okay? I'm doing you a big favor. Your career is going to take off. And his career probably will take off because he pushed back on you. Like, not quite as hard as maybe he could. He could have just flat out said, you're lying. I'm not going to keep talking to you if you're going to sit here and lie to me. Like, this is pointless. We're not going to have you lie to the American public anymore. Now, that's the route I would have gone. But I get it. You want to be diplomatic. You don't want this to come off as overtly partisan. So you can't be as mean as you needed to be, but that kind of pushback is what Donald Trump needs. That is what other reporters across the country need to start learning how to do, which of course is why the White House press pool has pushed out real reporters and replaced them with right-wing nut jobs. But that was great. And for the record, his knuckles, his fingers don't look like that. They do not have the letters MS-13 tattooed on them. And according to experts that have literally spent decades as activists working with these gang members to get them back into society, get them out of the gang. None of those symbols on his fingers stand for MS-13. They have pointed out, as have other, security experts, that actual MS-13 gang members usually have MS-13 tattooed on them, followed by little devil horns. It's kind of cute, little devils. But they don't try to hide it, is the point. They're very proud of it. They're open about it. They don't need symbols that mean something that only they can interpret. No, they flat out say it. This man is, of course, being falsely smeared by Donald Trump. He's going to have a hell of a defamation lawsuit when he gets back to the United States against everybody in this administration. Like, that's going to be a beautiful sight to behold. But Trump lied. He got called out to his face, and he immediately melted like an ice cream cone in the summer. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.